For our community assessment, we randomly selected Barrow as our county. After further research, we selected Winder as our city of interest because it has the largest population and the lowest average family income in Barrow County. We visited Winder on Wednesday, February 22nd at 7:22 a.m. In Winder, it was very difficult to find a grocery store that was in walking distance. The lack of sidewalks in the city could pose an issue to those without transportation, increasing both time and difficulty accessing food and resources. We timed how long it would take to get from the neighborhoods to the nearest store, which was a Dollar General, and it took about 6 minutes by car. It took an additional 2 minutes to get to the grocery store.
In Winder, there are 4 grocery stores. These include Aldi, Save-A-Lot, Ingles, Quality Foods, and 1 Hispanic supermarket. Surrounding these grocery stores are lots of fast food chain restaurants. In comparison to other establishments in Winder, fast food restaurants outnumber the competition. Beyond the fast food chains were family housing locations. The fast food chains are within walking distance, and because they are so close in proximity, this could be a factor leading to the overweight population of children. In the city of Winder, 1 in 7 children are obese. This is why we chose childhood obesity as our target problem.
Winder, Georgia has a population of almost 15,000 people. In Winder specifically, 69.2% of the population is white, 17.9% is black, 7.7% is Hispanic, 1.6% is Asian, and 3.6% classify as other. The top 3 occupations for those living in Winder include construction, production occupations, and material moving occupations. The obesity rate for elementary school children in Winder is 15.1%. The median household income is $43,548 per household, with 19.8% of the residents living in poverty. This median household income is lower in Winder compared to the other cities in Barrow County. This low income and high obesity rate coincide with one another, which lead us to infer that this is the best indicator of the severity of obesity in this town.
Driving around Winder, you can tell that there is a discrepancy between the rich and poor. The lower income areas contain apartments that are small and old. Some have small playgrounds for the kids to play in. Middle income neighborhoods usually have homes that are bigger and have much more yard space. Richer neighborhoods contain houses that are even bigger. Their yards are spacious and far apart. Neighborhoods usually have a clubhouse with a pool and a large playground. However, the most common theme among all these residential areas is that regardless of space and access to places for kids to play, you don't see any children playing outside.
As we conducted more research online, we noticed there is a lack of recreation centers, sports complexes, playgrounds, medical centers, and pharmacies. When it comes to healthcare, there is 1 medical center in the area, along with a few other small clinics. The recreation centers in the area include the YMCA, the County Parks and Recreation Center, and other exclusive fitness clubs, some of which have playgrounds for children as a part of their facilities, all of which require some sort of enrollment or membership fee to be involved. Some families have a playset of their own in their yards. When it comes to infrastructure in the area, there are sidewalks near the grocery stores and restaurant chains, but there are very few, if any, in the residential areas. A lack of sidewalks in rural areas would make it difficult for parents and their children to walk or run together. We noticed there was not many people taking advantage of the sidewalks that existed. On the outskirts of town, many buildings look run down and outdated, but near the downtown area, there are plenty of sidewalks, buildings, clean roads, and safe crosswalks.
There are 5 elementary schools in Winder. We emailed each of the schools and got a response from Holsenbeck Elementary School. We were able to set up interviews with the cafeteria lady, the PE teacher, the school nurse, and a student and parent. We were also able to meet with the nutrition coordinator for Barrow County Schools at the Barrow County Health Department. In our interview, we gained more information about the specific programs offered by the schools.
We were able to interview Mr. Ellington, who is the PE teacher at Holsenbeck Elementary.
I think a good portion of the students are about average as far as their height and weight and the kind of shape that they should be in, but we do see an alarming rate of kids that are not just what I would consider overweight, but basically borderline or morbidly obese. A lot of them do participate well, but now I don't know the amount of physical activity they get. The only time they may be physically active is when they're in my class, because in my class there's not an option. Everybody's active. I had to come to work, so everybody's got to work. A PE class is 40 minutes, and they have it twice in a 6-day rotation. Normally, when we start our class, we normally always start with calisthenics, body weight exercises. I always have the kids do anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes of that, and then we move into some type of game that everybody is involved in or playing. For the most part, I see them coming back in the fall. They pretty much pick up where they left off. Is their average and normal pretty much there, and then the ones that are overweight are pretty much still there. We do talk about it, and I tell them, I like to eat cake, and I like to eat ice cream, and I like Cheetos, but I tell them that all that has to be in moderation, and we try to talk to them about making better choices, especially for the liquids they consume, which at their age should be mainly water. Mainly tell them to get up and get outside, and we try to talk to them about ways that you can be active. Jumping rope, if you have a bicycle, and if you have a safe place to ride. Also try to encourage them to actually get their parents involved, walk in the neighborhood with your parents. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times. So I try to encourage for them and their parents, because if the parents can get involved in it, then maybe the kids will be more likely. They have like the rec department, which offers sports such as soccer and baseball, basketball. The Y also has sports that they offer as far as soccer, basketball, and stuff like that. So there are opportunities, but a lot of it, when you live out in a rural area like this, it's not within walking distance or something like that. So it's dependent upon your parents being able to get you there. 30 minutes. And I always encourage the kids to try to run a few laps around the playground or go across the monkey bars.
What did you have for breakfast?
Chicken biscuit? Yum.
From like a restaurant or?
From school, or
Bojangles. Okay. Do you normally drive through somewhere on the way to school?
What do you normally have for lunch?
Whatever they cook in the cafeteria normally.
So you do the school lunch? What about for dinner? Does your mom cook, or do y'all go to dinner? She normally cooks.
Do you like to eat fruits and vegetables? Yeah?
What would you say you normally drink?
Water.
Do you guys have anyone that comes in and talks to you about nutrition and health during classroom time? No?
What about the cafeteria ladies? Do they ever come talk to your class about nutrition stuff?
Not really, but normally they'll come out with some vegetables, chopped up vegetables, and give them out.
And so we noticed when we went to the cafeteria, there was a My Plate behind the line. Do you normally try and follow that, or do you know what it is?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was that colorful picture behind the line.
Green picture with a plate with different colors on it.
Yeah, not really.
It was surprising to see that the child wasn't aware of what My Plate was, even though he saw a big mural of it every day in the cafeteria. The student was also unaware that he had been choosing food items based off these guidelines also.
What do you normally see? I guess even just like the kids coming in and out, would you say you see like a trend in like, are they like overweight, underweight? Yeah, just like weight-wise, or?
I kind of feel like they're very in the middle. We still have a lot of active kids, but then several students, probably per class, or I would say overweight.
Is the gym like close? Is there areas close by that people can?
Yes, our town has a YMCA, but I go to a gym called Forge. It's really close to our house here in Winter.
Cohen had said that he doesn't really ever hear any kind of nutrition education kind of talks or anything at school. Do y'all talk about that in the family at all, or what does that look like?
We talk about eating healthy here at school. He probably shouldn't realize that he gets some of that. There is some of it on the morning announcements, only because our lunchroom is so health food driven due to the My Plate initiative.
What's the typical students that you see? Would you say that they're overweight, underweight, average?
Average, yeah. But I do see a lot that's over. So it's kind of levels out.
Do any students just come in, would you say, sick from maybe even their nutrition?
What they consume here all week is good, and then on the weekend it's not. And most of them come in. We started this food bank where they take food home. And when I first started, we didn't have a food bank. They would come in on Monday, hadn't really consumed a lot of calories on the weekend, and come in, eat a healthy breakfast, and they throw up. Like you say, I see these kids, and I'm like, what Mama cook? She don't cook. We just, and I'm thinking, that's what it is, because it never fails on Mondays, and then till about Wednesday, it kind of levels out, and then they back again on Monday, sick, throwing up. But now, thank goodness that they have a food bank. They take food home. You get a bag of food at one family. If it's multiple kids, they get, a little bit more, but one child, he get his bag of food.
Would you say that the kids have any kind of nutrition education?
Most of what they get is, coach is nutrition and health for PE. But we're on the elementary level, so mainly get it in middle school.
Aside from people at Holzenbeck Elementary School, we were able to talk to Pamela Lafroy, who is the nutrition coordinator at Barrow County Schools. Ms. Lafroy's greatest concern is with the dessert offerings in each of the county's school cafeterias. Some desserts, like Rice Krispie treats, are always whole wheat and handed out at the end of the month on the last school day. However, students also bring in money to purchase ice cream sold at the elementary schools. This is a problem because sometimes students only purchase ice cream instead of eating a full meal. Healthy options are provided, but when children are not used to eating certain foods at home, they naturally don't select it at school. Ms. Lafroy also talked about some of the programs that the schools are involved with. These include the Georgia Test Kitchen, Farm to School, Fruits and Veggies Program, National School Lunch Program, and the School Breakfast Program. All Barrow County schools are involved with the Georgia Test Kitchen, which is a part of the Georgia Grown program. This program helps promote supplying food for Georgia school children with produce grown on local farms. The schools will make specialized menus where they use the donated produce 1 week out of the month. Aside from the Georgia Test Kitchen, the schools are also involved with the Farm to School program. Schools participate in this program by purchasing harvested fruits and vegetables from local farmers. In addition, some schools have started their own gardens and can harvest crops directly from there. Barrow County Schools has a total of 8 planting beds for growing fruits and vegetables. To further support the local farmers, Barrow County organizes field trips for their students to visit the local farms. There, they learn about how fruits and vegetables are planted and harvested. Farmers also will donate any surplus produce they have to the schools. This happens about once a month. There is one designated drop-off and pickup location, which for Barrow County is Kennedy Elementary School.
Barrow County is part of the National School Lunch and Breakfast program. The schools are required to offer a specific amount of each food at lunch and breakfast. This includes 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. When a child sees a strange fruit or vegetable for the first time and has never tried it, the cafeteria often creates a fun name for that item. This helps to get students to try new fruits and vegetables. For example, the school got their students to try a fruit called pluot. It's a hybrid between a plum and an apricot. The school called them dinosaur eggs. Due to the spots on the skin of the fruit, the new fun name got the children to try the fruit.
We wanted to create a program that would teach parents and their kids how to eat healthy and incorporate physical activity into their daily lives. The goal of our program is to decrease the obesity rate among elementary school children and their families in Winder. Our program will be held weekly at school in the evenings. The program includes parent and child involvement. There will be field games, cooking classes, scavenger hunts, and trips to the local farm. The schedule will be available on the school website. There will also be a weekly email sent out to notify parents of these fun events.
The Parent and Me cooking classes will have participants using fresh fruits and vegetables to make yummy dishes. The produce will be provided by local grocery stores and farmers. Participants will be able to take home recipe cards as well as vouchers to purchase food from the local grocery stores or farmers that we have partnered with. UGA Student Dietetic Association members and peer nutrition educators will come and direct these cooking classes. They will give parents and students information on cooking and healthy eating. To get students to exercise more, there will be various stations set up with different sports available, so there will be more options for the child. These activities will allow parents and children to be more active at home. The classes will be run by physical education majors from UGA.
There will be scavenger hunts where children will be given clues to locate the items. For example, if they are searching for a food item, they may be given nutrition facts about it. Students will be asked to find various items like cooking utensils, food ingredients, and even sports equipment.
The winners of the games will be awarded prizes. Additional incentives may be given in the form of gift cards, food vouchers, and gift baskets through a raffle. The raffle will be done every month. Families who participate in all the events for the month will be eligible to be entered in the raffle.
Our program aims to get the parent and child involved and get them excited about eating fruits and vegetables at home. We want to show kids and parents fun games and sports that they can incorporate in their daily lives to keep them active. After our community assessment, we found that childhood obesity was a pressing problem for Winder, Georgia. We are confident that through our nutrition and physical education evening program, there will be a decrease in overall obesity rates for the city. Our program will not only improve each child's life, but also his or her ultimate quality of life.